unless your commanding officer okays it. And the only time you do it is when you're in combat actually, and your officers are killed or displaced, then the sergeants can take over. And that's where the American troops and the American soldier is the superior, because a sergeant can do just exactly the same as the officer, and he's thinking on his own, you know, and he's doing it. Well, in the German army, they don't. If you kill the officers, you got a bunch of sheep. They don't know where to turn. They don't know what to do. So we found that out. So if you found an officer and you recognized him, shoot him. Then you had control. But in the American army, you didn't. You shoot the officer, the sergeant takes over. And that's where I think that the American soldier is superior to any soldier in the world, because the German was better prepared than us. He had better equipment. I went to their museums after the war, and I could see that their supplies and equipment was 100% better than ours. But we did what we had, and we came out on top. So it's, I think, a great thing that this country has is individuality. And the thing I liked about General Patton more than anything was he hated to see anybody get killed. He was very, very, very attached to his men. And I know that one time there we were attacking a village, and that happened 2 or 3 times, but I experienced one of them. Right, I was there. And in the village, these German snipers would take up in these houses, and they'd shoot at the Americans, of course. And the first American that was killed, Patton would stop going. He'd pull the troops back, bring the cannon, level everything. And he did that to 3 or 4 villages, and the villagers got they got the message that if there's any shooting or anything like that, their houses are going to be gone. So they were chasing their own troops out of their houses. They said, go out in the forest and shoot, you know. And, you know, and Patton was that type of fella. He thought more of his men. And one thing I can say about Patton is he conquered more territory and got more prisoners with less casualties. He was the best of all of them. And he was very thorough, and to me, he was a great general, because in Anzio, it was very sad. General, I think it was Patch was the general, and we had the orders to land at Anzio, and that was an end round, so that, because we got stopped at Cassino to get to Rome. Well, when we got into Anzio, the orders were to go up to Mussolini Canal, which is, I'd say about maybe 5 kilometers from the beachhead. So we did, and we had to wait further orders. Well, we waited for further orders, and we caught the Germans by surprise. There was only about 50 that we found on the beachhead. Those were eliminated, and we moved up, and we got up to that Mussolini Canal within hours. And we waited 2 days there. And in the 2 days, Kesselring, he was a general of the Germans and field marshal, and he bridged all of the beachhead with cannons. And by doing it, he pinned us down. We stayed there 6 months. And when the war ended, why, I went back there, and the little cemetery there, 26,000 Americans were there buried. And I think it would have been just a handful if we'd have been able to go. You see, and Patton would have done it, because Patton, sometimes I would, with Patton, sometimes I'd be traveling for 6 or 7 days without taking my shoes off, without sleeping. Because he says when you get the enemy going,
yeah, once you have the momentum,
don't let him stop, because he's going to regroup and come at you. And he says then you got a hell of a battle. And his theory was, once you got them running, push them. And we did. When we started, we got through, you know, when they went into Normandy and we were down below, we were pushing them and they were pushing up there. And Patton, no, don't stop, go, go, go. And Pat was that type of fellow, and I could see that it paid dividends, because Bradley and them, they lost a lot of personnel, Patton did.